Hello, I'm Michael Finn, holistic exercise and lifestyle coach, and today I'm going to show you my number one exercise for building power. Alright, so power is something everybody wants. They want to be faster, they want to be more explosive. But it's very important to have power because power is more simple than what people think. A lot of people think that power is like, moving big heavy weights really fast and stuff like that, and it is, but so is just going up a step and coming back down. So power is any movement that takes less than a second to complete. So that's speed and power. So even just throwing my arm out and bringing it back, that's power. So we need to maintain this throughout our life, and all of my older clients, we get into activities just like this once I have progressed them up to the level to where we can start generating some power. But we want to do it in a nice simple way that doesn't really require anything, as well as in a way that everybody's like really comfortable with. So my number one exercise that I use for starting to generate power with people is what we call just a simple squat jump, okay? And it can be a small squat jump or it can be a big squat jump, but it's going to be a squat jump. So I'm going to turn sideways so you can kind of see. I'll show you a little bit from the front first. So my feet going to be about shoulder width apart, somewhere around in there. It's where I feel comfortable for squatting, basically, which is about like that, somewhere around in that ballpark. So the best way to know how far apart your feet should be or the position your feet should be in for a squat or a squat jump is what position you need to put your feet in to where you can get the deepest and most comfortable squat possible, okay? It's different for everybody. There's not like some book that says, oh, this is where it should be. We're all built differently. Some of us have wider hips, some of us have narrow hips, some of us have big knee joints, some of us have little knee joints, some of us have long legs like me, some people have short little legs. It just depends, okay? So our big power points are going to be with a squat jump. So I'm going to turn sideways so that you can see it this way as well, because I'm going to bend at the knees, at the ankles, at the hips. But I'm not going to lean out forward. I'm going to keep my shoulders should stay pretty close to right over the middle of my arch. It might move around a little bit forward and backward, but for the most part, the shoulder and your center of gravity should stay over the arch of your foot so that you're not way forward and you're not way back and having your weight shift around that way. Okay? So all we really do is drop down into the squat, swing the arms back, and then swing the arms forward, reach overhead, and jump, and land nice and softly back on the balls of our feet, and then put the whole foot back down, okay? And that can be one, and a lot of times I'll just start with people just doing it just one time. A nice big inhale, and jumping, okay? One time, landing nice and soft, all right? So that they get comfortable with that. You can do it smaller. You can go small little ankle, small little knee, small little hip, and go smaller squat jumps. Okay, I'll do this with like my 90-year-old clients because it allows them to develop more stability and get more control of their body landing and using eccentrics in landing. And that allows them to, once again, go up and down steps without causing problems to their body. All right? So you can start small and then get big. All right? The other thing I will do is then I will have people repeat them over and over. So we'll do like 5 of them in a row or 3 of them in a row. So we'll do like 3 right now in a row without stopping. So we're just going to go inhale. All right, so 3 little squat jumps. Nice and easy, nice and simple. Doesn't need to be big. Just what you can do and what's comfortable. All right, and I went right in a row so that you learn balance and you learn control. All right, that way you can accept force when you land and immediately generate force back the other direction. Okay, now with this one I'm swinging my arms backwards and then swinging them forwards. But oftentimes people have a hard time engaging their hips. And if they do, especially with my sprinters and like myself, I actually have the arms go the opposite direction. When we're sprinting, we're actually contracting the glute on one side. So if I'm contracting my right glute as I'm sprinting along, my left arm is going backwards and it's working the big X that goes across our body. So I will actually go to use more hip power. I will actually throw the arms down and backwards back behind me, kind of like a ski jumper going off of a big ski jump at the bottom of the hill, if you've ever watched ski jumping where they fly down the whole hill. Okay, and I'll go the opposite direction, so I'll do a few of those. So I start with my hands up in front of my chest, and then I'll throw my arms back behind me like a ski jumper, and I will jump up in the air. So I'm down here in my squat, and I'll go boom, boom, boom. All right, and then that way I'm contracting my back and my glutes and my hamstrings all at the same time on both sides, but I'm extending my hips at the top. So if you watch here, I'm getting good hip extension and throwing those hips out. And that's where your power really comes from, is through your hips. Whereas when I come forward with my arms, I can get good hip extension, but it's a little bit different for me. And because I'm a sprinter and I'm always looking for projecting those hips and creating more power, I like to throw the arms backwards to help engage all of that and turn all of that on. So that is my number one exercise for generating power in people. There's lots of other ways to do it, but that's where I start. I start where they can be successful, and then I progress them on from there. All right? So you want to know more, you can find me on Instagram at MichaelFinn490. You can subscribe, hit the little bell here so that you get more videos all the time when I put them up. And you can always reach out to me and ask questions when you have them. Hope you have a happy and healthy day and develop some wonderful